So I have a lot coming next week. I cannot wait for you guys to join us. It's going to be so fun.
You mean join you, not me. I'm not going in.
Anyways.
I'm canceling my ticket.
Good, more for us.
Only if you have whipped cream included. Then
Whipped cream is not included, sorry.
Well, then I'm
It's
not.
a virtual event. But we will be doing some amazing things. We are going to be focusing the first Monday step. Oh. So anyways, we will be the first on Monday. I have to check what the date is. I don't even know. It's this upcoming Monday. I will put the date on. Don't worry. We'll be talking about it all week. But I will be doing a rocket blueprint shortcut. I'm so excited. I haven't even finalized that name. I feel like I had it for rocket blueprint for a long time, so I think I'll leave it that way. But it's going to be rocket blueprint. I'm excited for all of you that have been thinking about starting a business or have recently found that you're really interested in sharing what you know. This is going to show you, it's going to be a workshop, a live workshop that is going to show you how to build your blog website. And this will be, no baby, this will be super useful even if you aren't sure that you want to do a blog, because all businesses need a website. And you'll learn all about why and what it can do for you in that workshop. So stay tuned. It's going to be Monday at noon, and I cannot wait to see you there. Oh, that's noon EST, because we're in Florida. So I just gotta love the Hurricane Ian damage we still got. We've got all of these, all of our screens. We just had the roofer guy here actually today. So, yeah. But anyways, I'm excited. I can't wait to see you guys there. I have so much goodies, you guys. I have so much goodies. I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do with myself. This workshop has been honestly probably years in the making, in the sense that I've been wanting to do it, and I've been kind of doing maybe bits and bobs here and there, but I haven't actually like put it out, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. You're gonna get so much. You're gonna get a website template. You're gonna get all of the steps that you need. This is not going to require any expensive stuff, so do not worry. Everything I'm showing you will be free except the hosting. And the hosting that I'm going to give you is $2.95 a month. So if you can afford $3 a month, you can have a business. Yes. And yes, a business that sells thousands of dollars a month. Yes, a full-time business. Yes. So I'm very excited. I cannot wait. I'm just so excited. I have so many good things coming for you guys. I just can't even wait. It's going to be like spoil-a-thon. I might even call it that. I might use that. I like that, spoil-a-thon. I'm going to spoil you guys. Let me tell you, you will be spoiled. I cannot wait. It's going to be so good. I have so many different topics, and we're kind of going to work through the week. So even if you already have a blog, even if you already have a business, it's still worth your while, because we're going to be going over a lot of the fundamentals the way that I teach it. And I teach it different than pretty much, I think, almost anyone I've ever met. So it's worthwhile, even if you already have your blog and everything. There's some really good stuff that you're going to learn that will improve what you've already got. So whether it's some of my design skills, if you don't know, excuse me. Hi, I'm Bianca. I started, let's see if can I condense it? You guys know I'm terrible at condensing things. Can I condense what I do? I have done a lot in my life. A lot. I've actually had a lot of businesses. What do they call that? A multi-passionalite? I'm definitely one of those. But that's how I know that what I do now is absolutely what I love, because I have tried so many things and have been really good at all of them. Honestly, it's not very humble of me, but it's just the truth. It's not like I stopped because I wasn't good. I stopped because I wanted to do other things. I found other things that I enjoyed. And so I know that when I teaching business, teaching marketing, I know that that's my calling, because that is the one place where I have spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours every year doing nothing but that. And I haven't run out of things to say. I haven't gotten tired of it. And I literally dream about it in my sleep. Like, I'll wake up and I'll be like, I just dreamed about a new course I could create. So, I mean, it's just, I know that I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. I love it so much. But condensing, why listen to me? So, I have been doing business for 5 years. I'm in the process of getting a marketing degree just because, honestly. There's not really, I'm not, me and one of my professors were just joking about this. They're like, you're not, like, I'm not doing it the way that most people do it, right? Most people do it to get their career. I already have my career. I'm doing it the reverse way. I'm just doing it so I can say, look, I've got a degree. It's just one more thing to help me stand out, right, in the crowd. And I want to be able to serve you guys the best, right? And ironically, I actually know all the stuff they're teaching. So homework's been pretty easy other than remembering to get it done. Like, actually learning wasn't necessary, which was nice. I mean, I was just like, oh, well, I know all of this stuff. So that's been nice. But, sometimes it helps to have it on paper. And it's something that, it was just something like, kind of like on my bucket list that I wanted to get done. So I'm doing it. Just because, like I tell you guys, not like, if not now, when, right? So I'm doing it now. But don't think that just because I don't have it already doesn't mean I don't know it. I do. Me and my professors were joking because one of the assignments this week was to make a website. Y'all, I literally could do that in my sleep. We were laughing because they're like, you got it turned in so fast. I was like, yeah, and I got it done in about 25 minutes. And they were like, what? I was like, yeah. And that was a stretch. That was like with my kids interrupted me because they wanted a snack. One of my kids overflowed the toilet, so I had to go deal with that. And they're like, this takes our students like a really long time. I'm like, yeah, I know. This is literally what I do for a living. I teach people this and many other things. And they were like, oh. So like I got really lucky, honestly, with this current course that I'm taking. I'm taking 2 right now. I'm taking 2 at a time. Excuse me. I was just talking to the student advisor, actually. Because I'm like, how can I fast track this? Because I already know all this stuff. How are we going to move this along? Because I'm not taking 5 years to do a 2-year degree. You know what I mean? And so we were talking about these things called mini A's and mini B's. And you just basically fast track everything. So instead of it taking 16 weeks, it's 8. And they just cram it in. So instead of like 2 assignments a week, it's like 5. And I had accidentally signed up for one of those anyways. Which is how I learned about it. I was like, oh, because I'm like, why is this course over in February? It just started in January. And they were like, oh, it's a mini A. Oh, well, all right then. So now instead of taking 2, because I was like, I don't really, with the business, the homeschooling. So if you guys are new, hello. I homeschool both my kids. They are 9 and 5. And I'm a single mom. I divorced 4 years ago. Got out of a domestic violence situation. Put my foot down after the first instance and was like, I'm out. And had no job. And so, because I had been staying home after 4 years of supporting the family by myself, I finally stayed home, and then that happened. So I'm like, okay, I want to homeschool. At the time, my kids were 4 and 1. And I was like, I'm not giving up this dream just because you suck. So, so what I did was I DoorDashed, Uber Eats, and all of that with the kids. I did ship shopping, where you like go to Target and do all the shopping and deliver it. I just brought the kids with me. And then when I could, my wonderful parents would help me by watching the kids, and my dad would come every weekend and do like the dishes and stuff. They're amazing. I honestly couldn't do it without them. And all of my friends that helped too. They would like watch the kids when they could and take them for play dates and stuff so I could get things done. Because all the while that I'm doing this door dashing and stuff to pay the bills, I was going for my licensure to start my own daycare in my house. So I was going to 30 course credit hours. So I'm also an accredited, So to be licensed back when we lived in Kansas, in the state of Kansas, you needed 30 course credit hours from an accredited college of, what is it called? Oh, hold on. It's a beautiful crane on our deck. Did it fly away? Oh, there it is. Look at that. Our neighbor's out. Look, how beautiful. I don't know what kind of bird. It's some kind of crane, like a gray crane or something. Look how big it is. It's huge. Sophia just walked by. It's like 3 feet long. I gotta love Florida wildlife. So you had to have 30 course hour credits. So I went to K-State and got 30 course hour credits in early childhood education, business management, all of that kind of stuff. So I have that already. But the major I'm going for is going to be a bachelor's in, business and marketing. Surprise, right? No. I've also been a trucker. A lot of people are like, what? Like, yeah, I was bebopping around. I was the youngest person they hired, too. I was right at 21, like, I think 2 months after I turned 21. God, I can't believe that was a decade ago now. That's wild. Yeah, Sophia was a baby. She's 9 now. She was a newborn, roughly. So I know all about leaving your kids at home, missing them, wishing you were home, spending your whole day planning what you're going to do with them, either when you get home or when you are with them on the weekends because you miss them. So, which is one of the reasons I started the daycare, because I couldn't find anything that I liked. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make one. I'm just going to make one. And so that's what I did. And during the development of that business, that was when I realized I love marketing and business. I just do, right? I had to learn a lot of what I teach now on my own just for that business, right? I had to go find clients. I had to learn contracts. I had to learn interviewing. I had to learn hiring. I had to learn finance, business finance. I had to learn marketing, because obviously you have to go and get people, right? You've got to get them to get into your daycare. You've got to get them to get on a wait list. You've got to be able to contact them via email. You've got to be able to do all that stuff, right? You've got to be able to have systems in place to get that done. You have to have policies. You know, what happens if you're late on something, or you're sick, or they're late? And in this case, the businesses I teach now are just, I don't know why it's going in and out. But the businesses I teach now are all online. But some of those, all of those still apply, right? Like, you still have to worry about, especially if you're doing services, you have to worry about contracts. You have to worry about legalities. You have to worry about things being late or on time, how you're going to deal with, late fees. The list goes on, right? I had to deal with all of that with the daycare. I had to create a logo. I had to create a blog. I had to create a website, which is a blog, right? A website, people, I think, don't realize the similarity. They're the same thing. It's just one has more information, right? A website on its own is just all of your information, right? Pages of your information, ways to contact you, what you do, who you are, that kind of stuff. Almost like an online resume, but fancier. A blog is just where you share your knowledge about your topic on your website. But they're basically the same thing, right? A blog is just the portion where you write or speak or show what you know. That's why I like, show what you know. Which is why you'll see that all over my website. You'll see me say, show what you know, because that's what I say. I say it all the time. Show what you know, right? And yes, I spell it whatcha, because that's what I say all the time. But, so I had to learn all of those skills. And then I ran that daycare for 3 years successfully. But during that time, that was when I first made my daycare website. That's when I learned, I love this. I love graphic design. I love all this stuff. I did preschool worksheets. I ran a full-blown preschool in my daycare. And so I just realized I love all of it, right? I love organizing. I have ADHD. I learned in the last year. I think when I was a kid, I may or may not have been diagnosed. but it kind of just got thrown by the wayside because I think my mom said they tried me on Ritalin or something and I like went crazy and they were like, no. And then we moved a lot. We moved from Florida up to Kansas or Missouri, then Kansas, and now I'm back down to Florida. And so, you know, doctors' records got lost and such. So I recently found out my daughter and my son have ADHD. And in doing so, I found out I also have it. So I did all of that unmedicated, which is insane looking back. Like how much more I've gotten done since being on medication. It's just mind blowing that I was even able to do that. Even just not like circumstances aside, like aside from the fact that I was like abused and all of that other stuff, just the fact alone that I was able to get all of that done is kind of crazy to me now.
I'm gonna feed the bird.
Let's not feed wildlife, please. Good intentions, though. Oh, I'm sure it's looking for fish. We live on a river to the ocean. There's fish.
Then why do I feed it?
You don't feed it. It's a wild animal.
But it's so cute.
Look at it from afar. She didn't like my answer very much, but I'm glad she's respecting it anyways. But, so, I just, even looking back now, I don't know. I can only attribute it to God, because I'm like, I don't know how I did that with what I had going on. But I did. Thank God I did. And so I've taken all of those skills, you know, over those 3 years after that first encounter with website and design and business, I realized this is what I want to do. This is what I was made for. Like, you guys know I'm a talkaholic. I can talk all day long. I literally met a sweet lady in the park, I think a month ago maybe, and I talked, like, we were at a splash pad, like a park splash pad thing. I know I've got pictures out there on social somewhere of that park. And we were sitting there. I just gotten off of a client call. And because I'd take them to the park so they could be busy while I was on my call. And I got off the call. And then the lady came over to tell me about like a squirrel that ran by my foot or something that I didn't notice. And we got to talking. And we talked for 8 hours, y'all. This is a complete stranger. We talked for 8 hours. 8 hours. Like, just talking for 8 hours. It's amazing. And the kids just played. Like, it was literally dark, and her husband called her and was like, "Are you okay?" Like, "Where are you? Are you coming home?" And she was like, yeah, I'm just talking with my friend. Because she had been struggling with imposter syndrome, although she didn't know that's what it was. She had written a child's book and was struggling to get it out there, and was kind of like not knowing where to go from here to get it out there and to make sales. And I was like, you know, well, I could help you with that, you know. And so we started talking. We talked about imposter syndrome. We talked about ways to work on it. We talked about ways to get her book out. I said, well, have you reached out to the local libraries? And she was like, well, no. Yes. I'm like, pitch it to the libraries. They are always looking for new books to put out there. I'm like, have you put it on Amazon? Well, no. Put it on Amazon. There's a wonderful little girl in my church, actually, that is 13, I think. And she has written a child's book, and they were on the bestsellers list for a while on Amazon. So I'm like, go put it on Amazon, you know, go do this. And she was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I was like, do you have a website? She was like, well, no. I'm like, well, how are people going to find you and learn about your book and learn about you and stuff? She was like, well, I don't know. I'm like, yeah, go make a website. So anyways, so then I met another lady at the dental office like 2 weeks ago, and we were talking, and she was like, yeah, my friend said blogs are where it's at. And I was like, yeah, they are. Everybody has a blog. Home Depot has a blog. Target has a blog. Joann's has a blog. They just call it different things. But literally a blog is just a spot to put what you know. That's it. It's literally there just to educate people about what you know. Share with them things that they're trying to figure out, right? If I'm like, how do I learn how to salt a pool? Like, this pool is salt water. Oh man, the amount of blogs and vlogs and YouTube I had to look up. My dad helped me look up to figure out how the heck to take care of this pool. That is all it is. People have questions, you answer them. That's it. It's really honestly that simple. Everybody makes it so complicated. It's not. It can be if you make it, right? But it's not. And the strategy is the same. The strategy doesn't need to be that difficult either. You just have to find out what people are looking for and then give it to them. Like, that's it. Like, it really, honestly, it does not have to be that hard. It really doesn't. People make it so difficult. They make it like, it's almost like to them, the more complicated it is, the more they can charge. Which, if you really think about it for a minute, that makes no sense. You know what I mean? Like, the whole point of paying is to make it easier. Why am I going to pay you to make it more difficult? If I can pay you to give me 3 steps, why would I want to pay you to give me 10? Right? Like, I think people are confusing quantity and quality. That's just my opinion. Like, if I have an easier, faster, simpler way to get you from A to B, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to charge what I charge, and I'm going to give it to you, right? Like, people are asking me about this new program, which, by the way, opens in 2 weeks. I cannot wait. It's a new program, so get in on the beta. Let me tell you right now, get in on the beta launch. Because during the beta launch, it's going to be cheaper than it will be ever, by the way. Because after the beta launch, there is no sales. There's no sales because of the way this program will work. It's not fair. Oops. Because of the way this program will work, there won't be any sales. Because it's not fair to those who are already in. Right? If you pay $1,000 to be in a membership, and then the person next to you only paid $50, you'd be like, what? Or more importantly, it's just not fair. Like, for the amount of stuff that I'm offering and will continue to offer, it's just not fair for everyone in the group as a whole. So instead, you're going to get an amazing suite of goodies. So I suggest you get in. You get in now. So this is going to be going for $999 annually. And don't worry, there will be payment plans. But for the beta launch, it's only going to be $797. That's a $200 discount. The second reason to get in as soon as it opens is I'm only taking 10 slots. I'm only doing 10 people for the beta launch. So get in, because it's going to fill up fast. Last time I did one of these for a different program, it was within the hour, like within the first day, it was full. So I would suggest you get in, and you get in while the getting's good, because it's going to fill up fast. And the third reason, as if you need any more, is because it's a small beta launch, it is only going to be 10 people. What that means is you are going to basically be getting almost one-on-one kind of coaching from me, which I charge people $5,000 annually for. So you're getting me. You're getting me for a fraction of the cost. Less than a quarter. So yeah, get in while the getting's good, guys, because it ain't ever going to be this small again. Soon I'll have 200 people, and you'll just have to wait in line. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding about the 200 people, but I am kidding about the wait in line. It's coaching based on first come, first serve. So, we're going to have a lot of good stuff. I cannot wait. But the reason this is a beta launch is because the courses are going to be released live. So we're going to be doing something you may not have seen before, and I'm very excited. So it's going to be a live, and you're like, okay, well, why? Because a couple of things. I have the knowledge here, right? But you have the questions. I can answer every question I can think of, right? I can answer every question Google can think of. But you have questions, don't you? You have unique questions about your brand or your niche or your idea or your product or your business or whatever, right? Your website, your copy, what you're writing, what your marketing is, are you aligned correctly? All these things are specific to you. That's why I'm doing it live. So that you can come on and say, Bianca, I want to do a blog, a business where I sell. What could we think of, guys? What could you sell? I want to sell a business that, oh, I have a wonderful, you know what? Here we go. Here's an example. I have a wonderful lady at church Sunday that I had a chat with. So if you're watching, hi. Hi, Sherry. I was talking with Sherry, and she was wonderful. She was asking me all these questions, and I was like, yes, 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 yes. Let's do this. She said that she is going full-time RVing, like full-time, like sold their house, they're RVing. And she said that she sees that a lot of the RV, like blogs and vlogs and all of that stuff is focused on monuments, like go to this monument, go to that monument, and kind of creating them roadmaps, but it's based off monuments. And she's like, I'm not really a monument person. Not to mention, if you've done it once, you know, what are you going to do now? And so she was talking about the fact that she thinks that she would want, she's like, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but this is my idea. And I was like, all you need is ideas. Bring it on over here and let's get it done, you know. So, but she's like, I don't know how I would go about this. She's like, but I want, you know, she's like, we like sports, we like golf, we're veterans. She's like, I would love to have something. She's like, I don't know what. And I'm like, well, I do. Yeah, but she's like, but I want to have something that caters to people who are RVing, who like golf, but don't want to spend expensive amount. Because I'm like, yeah, of course you can probably find places that talk about all the really fancy, expensive golf places. She's like, but I want to be able to guide people to really good value level golf places where they're beautiful, they're a great experience, but they're not $1,000 to get a tee time, you know. And so she's like, and then she also wants to combine that with, because they're veterans, something about army bases have golf courses or something. I don't know, you guys. I'm not an expert. She would be the expert in that, right? And the funny thing is, she may not say she's an expert, but I'm going to tell you, you're an expert, Sherry. Because I have zero idea. I don't know. My dad's a veteran and my brother's in the Air Force, but I don't golf yet. Maybe you'll take me golfing, Sherry. I do love mini golf, but yeah. So apparently she wants to, you know. So she kind of already has her niche, which I told her. I said that's the hardest part. So woo. And I have a blog name workbook. I'm sure I'll come up with a fancier name for it at some point. Oh, I do. What do I call it? I have a name for it, you guys. I don't know. I think it's the Rugrat method. I think it's the Rugrat method. Y'all know I love Rugrats. If you're new here, hello. I love Rugrats. This was my favorite show in the entire world. Actually, one of my few things from my childhood I have is still a Rugrats comforter. I'll have to find it. It's in storage right now. I will have to find it though and show you guys because it's retro. I love it though. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I don't know. I think I called it the Rugrats method because, you know, baby names, right? Your baby business, you're naming it. And so, but it's a whole little workbook that will walk you through coming up with name ideas for your blog or your business, for your business. So I'm excited. You guys will get access to that, by the way, on Monday when I launch Rocket Blueprint live event. You will get access to the Rugrats Method workbook. You will get access to the master workbook for Rocket Blueprint. I cannot wait, you guys. I cannot wait. It is so ridiculous. It's ridiculous that this is free, by the way. So come with your questions. Come with your requests. I will be there Monday at noon. Come. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to have so much for you. It's not even funny. This workbook has everything. It has so many things. And I'm going to list them, but you're going to be like, I don't know what any of that is. That's okay. That's what we're going to discuss it. Don't worry. In the live, I explain everything. That's one of the things that I've gotten the most comments about from people is that they love that I break it down. I don't just say things and then expect you to know them, first of all. Second of all, I know that when I first started out, I paid $1,500 for Elite Blog Academy, and it wasn't for me. Too corporate, not for me. Maybe that's my ADHD. I don't know. I don't like regimen. If you guys are new, I don't like regimen. I don't do schedules. I do routines, but I don't do schedules. So it didn't work great for me. But that's okay, right? The idea is you show up and you're like, I'm going to get what I need from this. You come with intention. I'm going to get what I need from this training. I will get what I need. You need to I have a coach that I love called Faith Mariah. I love her so much. And her mindset stuff is amazing. And I love that she has given us permission to teach our audiences, to take the information we're getting and teach you guys. You need to become a boss in your head, right? I am going to get what I need from this training. I have the answers. You don't indulge in, I don't know. You don't sit in a bunch of time going, oh, I don't know. Should I? Could I? Would I? What if? No. You look at the situation. You make a decision. That's hard for me, y'all. ADHD is not friendly when it comes to decisions. I could sit with a decision for years. That's exactly why I hadn't put out the rocket blueprint, was that I was like, should I? Would I? Should I? No. So I'm putting it out, and it is what it is. But, come prepared. Come ready. Come ready to change. Come ready to make your business start. I'm excited. It's going to be amazing. And this view, this is just so relaxing, you guys. Besides all the roofs that are still damaged from Ian. But aren't these so cute? I forgot to show you guys. Look how cute this is. So I sewed all of these, by the way. I'll have to see if I can find a before picture, I'll send it to you. They were really ugly. Don't mind the plastic on the corners. That was my creative answer to our cats. So look, I just put vinyl over it. So let me zoom out. Pre-Ian, the screens were intact, and our cats would come out here. Hi, Owen. The screens, the cats would come out here and play. And so they would scratch them up because it's wicker or whatever that stuff's called. And they would scratch them up. So we put these on to try to protect it. But yeah, so I sewed all this. Isn't this neat? So it was a really icky color before. I'll find it. It's on the back. It's a really gross pattern. So I sewed all the cushion covers. I like it much better. We painted the couch and I sewed it. So I'll have to find a before and after for you. But, let me see. Yeah, that. Ugh, isn't that gross? Whoops. Isn't that gross? Sorry for everybody who likes it. I don't. I ran out of fabric. Isn't that funny? But it's okay. Nobody sees the back. But as you can see, I reupholstered it also. And sewed all the cushions. So I love it. Yeah, we'll take you on a little tour here. This is the couch me and my dad made. Isn't it cute? So we literally just took leftover wood and made a couch out of it for my house. So I never even ended up getting around to doing anything with it. I didn't. One day I will stain it and paint it and stuff, but I didn't thus far. It's been 2 years. If you guys head over to my Facebook, my original Facebook page, I literally have a video where we made it. So if you want to see how we made it, I fast forward through the whole thing, but it's on there. I think, what is it? It's the Motherhood Mess. That is my original YouTube channel for my vlog. And we have a video, if you go way back, I think it was 2020, maybe. We took old playground wood and made it into a couch in an afternoon. Took us about 5 hours, I think. My dad's a good carpenter, though, even though he's a software engineer. He's got a lot of skills. That's probably why I have so many skills. Him and my mom, they both have so many good skills. And they just passed them on to me, which I appreciate. So that's, I guess, why I'm who I am, right? My dad's a software engineer. He also can take apart and put back together cars, so I can too. And yeah, I've done a lot of stuff. But anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go to my mom's and have a birthday celebration.